Welcome back, Chunk and Run listeners, to another Chunk and Run podcast. I'm your host, Zane Smith. As always, with me is my co-host, Zachary Smith. I almost fumbled my words there on that one, Zach. How are you doing tonight?
Doing good.
Doing good? It's been a long day, man. It's been a long last week.
Yeah.
So we're getting set up right now with the Cub Golf Academy, and I got a promotion.
Yeah.
And I'm the director of the Cub Golf Academy, and that's awesome. I'm really excited. Got a good team with Jaron Good there and Mason Harper. So very excited working with those two guys and hopefully growing the team, in the future and, building it up into something special. One of our goals, Zach, is to build an actual boarding academy where students can actually room and board there at the golf club. So excited about that. And then the good thing is the money is there in that community for it, and in that space for it, because golf is growing. I think golf is growing, and more juniors are getting into the game, especially around here. Mm-hmm. I know junior golf in the area we grew up was kind of going down a little bit after we left. And but around here, man, it seems to only be going up. Yeah. More and more kids are getting interested. I think a lot of that had to do with COVID. But anyway, Zach, what's going on the past few weeks with you? What's
just starting a summer program for the juniors, closing up the spring one. Practicing for our tournament we have next week. Doing a lot of that. And yeah,
awesome.
Just figuring it out.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna do a shorter podcast tonight. We talked about this. We're filming a little late and recording a little late, so we're going to cut a little short tonight. We've got a few topics. Obviously, Matthew Fitzpatrick, Matty FitzPatty wins a Natty. Congratulations. I guess it's not technically a Natty. It's not called the National Championship, but it's the Natty. It's the U.S. Open. Yeah. So if there was the British Open, we call that the Natty too, because it's a national Open.
It's the Britty Natty.
It's the Britty Natty. That's right. And it's a Natty national championship. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
then Rory won the Canadian Natty.
The Canady Natty.
The Canady Natty.
The Canady Natty. You daddy?
Okay.
So anyway. So congratulations to Matthew Fitzpatrick. I've actually been watching him for a long time. Well, I mean, you have too. We've covered him on the show. We've said how good he is and how he has a bright future ahead of him. And now it looks like he popped the top off with that win. So
here's something funny, because people were saying that this was his. Someone said big, like I think it was Golf Digest or Golf Week or something like that, said that he won his first PGA Tour event, and I was like, it's not a PGA Tour.
No, that's not a PGA Tour. He
still hasn't won on tour, but he did win a Natty.
Which, honestly, and we talked about this in weeks past, it's all that matters.
Well, a couple wins on tour, and then a major, and then it's just about the majors.
Yeah, but if you can just do majors first, like if you can play well on the tour, and then just win majors, wouldn't you rather do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. And there's no problem with that. We talked about that Golf Digest.
Like if I only won 9, if I played on the PGA Tour and I only won 9 events, but those 9 events I won were all majors, I'm pretty happy.
Shoot, if there were only 3 events were majors, I'd be happy with that. You know?
But if I played for 30 years and won 9 majors, but nothing else.
Well, it's like Tommy Aaron. He's local. He won the Masters back in like 73 or something. Yeah. Or something crazy. But I would much rather have that record than winning 3 tournaments. I mean, you might make more money winning 3 tournaments.
Yeah, but then you just go play for LIV Golf. And
yeah, but I'd rather win, majors. Yeah. So anyway, congratulations to Matthew. I've listened to him a long time, especially he's one of the regulars that goes on Earn Your Edge with Cameron McCormick. Mm-hmm. So I'm very, it's awesome listening to, if you go back and listen to that podcast. So there you go. There's another podcast you can listen to if you're driving. It's a great podcast with him, talking with Matthew about what he focuses on. And the cross-handed chip, how do you feel about that cross-handed chip?
I mean, if he's got an issue with... the cross-handed grip in general is designed to take your right hand out of it.
Yeah.
So if he's got an issue with getting a little too handsy with the right hand coming through the ball, then it makes sense for him to go cross-handed chip.
For sure.
That's, teach his own.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew a guy growing up that played it entirely cross-handed.
Oh, I know. What was his name again? Knight?
I can't
Devin
remember his
Knight?
name. I don't know.
I think it was something like that. I'm almost certain. But anywho, so we've got some interesting news this week. Zach.
Yeah?
So it was rumored
Yeah.
that there were going to be a few more people moving to LIV Golf.
Yeah.
It was rumored.
Mm-hmm.
Colin Morikawa was a rumor. Brooks Koepka was a rumor.
Max Homa was a rumor.
Max Homa was a rumor. Well,
did we talk about, or did this break afterward, that Bryson's going to LIV Golf?
that we talked about that on
it
last
was
week.
kind of, because the way I was thinking about it happened either right before we started recording or right after, like the day after.
It happened the day of.
Okay, that's
and
what I thought.
then we recorded.
I wasn't sure.
But yeah, so Colin came out this morning,
Mm-hmm.
and he basically quashed all the rumors. He said, "I'm not here. I'll pull it up." So he basically said he was actually eating breakfast when it all went down. Let's go to my page here. So we have Colin Morikawa. He said, this is 12 hours ago, said, "To state for the record, once again, you all are absolutely wrong. I've said it since February at Riviera that I'm here to stay on the PGA Tour, and nothing has changed. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some cereal to pour in my milk."
Which, by the way, psychopath.
Yeah, by the way, the dude's a sociopath. If you pour the milk in first, you're crazy. You're absolutely nuts. Something's wrong with you. However, our uncle brought this up. He said, well, maybe that's just the secret to ball striking. To, like, really good ball striking. And I said, I've been doing it all wrong.
Well, that would be true if he was leading the tour on ball striking or something.
Yeah.
Not.
Well, and we saw some wayward shots.
I think he's like 22nd on tour, so...
He's a pretty good ball striker. He's a pretty solid ball striker. So, yeah, and then Justin Thomas replied exactly what we replied to that, which is, you going milk first is more of a concern than you going anywhere.
Yeah.
Facts. But we also got other news concerning the LIV Golf. Brooks Koepka is signing with LIV Golf per exclusive reporting with the Telegraph Sport and Jay Corrigan Golf. So, big news.
Mm-hmm.
They have Bryson, they have Koepka. They have the feud now. You know what I mean? The feud was actually driving a few eyes toward the game.
Oh my gosh. Did you know? This is crazy. So, you know how we were talking about last week about how the PGA Tour, like, they could have just worked with LIV Golf instead of making them the enemy?
They could have said, hey, you can only play in 3 tournaments a year on the LIV Golf.
And it would have worked.
And it would have worked.
Fine.
It would have been absolutely okay. Nothing would have been the problem.
And then...
Or limit the amount of waivers you can have.
Wait, I gotta find this article. But
Did you hear me?
Huh?
Or just limit the amount of waivers you give out.
Exactly. It's not that complicated, right?
No.
It's really not. So, this headline from Golf Digest. PGA Tour plans to counter rival tour with lucrative series for top players.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just going to make...
It's LIV Golf. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You done played yourself.
Well, the dumb thing is, okay...
They're adding 3 events, right? Isn't that what they said?
I don't
It's 3
remember.
events for the top 60 in the official World Golf ranking?
8 event fall series. $20
That's
million
just so
purse.
stupid, though. Is that not the dumbest thing you ever heard?
It's really dumb.
Because you already have the playoffs. You already have the playoffs.
Yeah.
We're not talking about practice. I'm not going to go.
That's 2 different quotes you're mixing.
No, I know. I'm sorry. But anyway, practice. So, but that's the thing, Zach. You just done what you said was dumb.
Yeah, you said this doesn't work and it's not golf.
And it's not growing the game.
It's not growing the game.
You know what's not growing?
Let's do the same thing. You know what? Let's scrap all the plans. Because you know what? They wouldn't do this. You know how all golf media was trashing the ratings for LIV Golf?
Yeah.
They would not be doing this if they didn't see, oh boy, we're in trouble.
Well, this was the problem. I think I retweeted a tweet. No, I may have not. Yeah, I don't think it's on here. But there was a guy that said, rightly so, he said a statistic about players playing on tour. Yeah. And how many of this, like, he gave 3 players that are in the top 10 or top 20, and he said they've only played together 3 times. All of them. All of them in the same tournament.
This year?
3 times.
This year?
Yes. Yeah. 3 times. And that's just like, that's the reason. You know what I mean? That's the reason. Because we want to see the best players play the best players. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I don't know, man. It's just one of those things where, yeah, it's just one of those things where you can't, like, it's to speak, right? You can't say you want to grow the game and then do what you're doing. They're doing everything possible not to grow the game. Mm-hmm. Having 3 different broadcasting networks, 4 different broadcasting networks do the U.S. Open.
Peacock, then USA, then CBS, then back to Peacock. So that's 4 different channels.
4 different channels that you have to change, and you have to have a Peacock subscription.
Yeah, or an ESPN Plus subscription on any other week.
Kill me.
You can't watch it on Golf Channel anymore.
I just think that you can't make both arguments. You can't say it's bad for the game, and then say that.
And then do the exact same thing that you say is bad for the game.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing everything possible to look like absolute dog crap hypocrites. And, yeah.
And then there's all the simps underneath in the comments of the Golf Digest one. It's like, I'm here for it. It's like, well, it already exists.
Yeah. It's literally LIV Golf.
Yeah.
Like, that's what that was designed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just crazy. Adam Shupak rightly said, I retweeted him, how do people feel about being asked to pay $4.99 a month to watch you at U.S. Open coverage on Peacock and to jump between 4 different channels to enjoy opening tee shot to final putt coverage?
Yeah.
This is dumb. Sell it. Just sell it to one broadcasting network.
Yeah, but that doesn't make us more money.
It's just a money grab. That's all it is. Yeah. And then everybody's saying that Phil is stupid for saying the PGA Tour is just greedy.
Yeah.
That's just greed.
Yeah.
That's not made to grow the game.
No. Nope. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Des Gerald. I don't get the grow the game argument when it's all hidden from view by the firewall that is pay-per-view. Maybe if they're really interested, they stream it on YouTube. Oh, wait a minute. Someone already does that. Just...
yeah.
Ridiculous, man.
Let's not put it on a new and emerging platform that a lot of young people use like YouTube. Let's put it behind a paywall on Peacock. You know how many young people watch Peacock? Almost 0. The only reason I have Peacock is to watch The Office.
And listen to this. Really wish the NBC... This is Mark McCluskey. Okay? Mark McCluskey, if you don't already know who he is, he's a New York Times best-selling author. He is ex-Wired, ex-Sports Illustrated. So, yeah. He's not the congressional candidate. That's not the same person. But he said, really wish NBC reporters were better for the U.S. Open. They're having a big conversation about Matthew Fitzpatrick chipping cross-handed, like it's some sort of huge red flag. Dude is 4th in scrambling this year and has used a cross-handed grip for ages. Mm-hmm. If you know him, we've talked about it on the show. Mm-hmm. If you know him, you know he's done it for literally years at this point.
And he wouldn't be doing it if it didn't give him an advantage in his game. Just like any other grip you take with any club.
He must be having a problem with his chipping. Oh.
Just like with anything. If a pro is doing it in a round, that means they have been doing it for a very long time.
Yep. And No Laying Up even brought, and I've been disagreeing with them for a while now.
Oh, man.
But No Laying Up said, sending the final hour back to Peacock is such a spectacular middle finger to golf fans, I almost respect it.
I really don't like No Laying Up podcast.
I don't either.
Their takes on Twitter are so trash. They should get more takes just like it and throw them both in the dumpster.
Because they're trash, get it?
Anyway.
But, yeah.
That's what's going on with LIV Golf and the PGA Tour.
Yep. And then Alan Shipnick. So everybody was talking about Rory this week because he did play well. You know, he played well. I picked him.
I can't stand Rory Stands.
You can't stand Rory Stance?
Stands.
Stands?
You don't know what a stan is?
No, I don't know what that means.
Oh my.
I'm not hip with the kids.
Oh my gosh.
So
a stan is basically a super fan that'll praise them no matter what they do.
Oh, it's Eminem's Stan. That's what it's referring to?
What?
Isn't that referring to the Eminem's rap song Stan?
I'm pretty sure that was a phrase before, but yeah, sure.
I don't think it is. I think Stan is.
I don't think Eminem invented the word Stan.
We'll look it up. We'll look it up here soon. But I just wanted to bring this up with Alan Shipnick. This is the kind of stuff I just can't stand. We already talked about Alan Shipnick, Snake in the Grass.
We need to make the ball of shame.
Literally has full. We need it right here. We need it right here. You want to?
What we should do is write it on. So get tinfoil, right?
Yeah.
And every time we add a person to the ball of shame, we write their name on a piece of tinfoil and just builds over time.
Just put them in the tinfoil ball.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of fun.
And then it can get to like ball of shame.
The ball of shame. I like it. Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that. I like it.
I forget where I got that idea from because I know it's not originally mine, but I remember it.
I like that idea. You're doing good, kid. You're going places. So Alan Shipnick, he said, a player from the Irish island is always. Okay, you just done repeated yourself, dude. Going to be.
Isn't this guy supposed to be a writer?
Yes, he's supposed to be.
This is why I quit journalism school.
Yeah, he didn't double check his tweet. Is always going to be popular in Boston, especially a future Hall of Famer.
What?
But
whoa.
But the love, he's gonna make the Hall of Fame. But the love, he's won enough, dude. He's already won enough majors to win to get into the Hall of Fame.
So if Tommy Fleetwood would have won a major last week, he would be in the Hall of Fame? Or is that what you're telling me?
No,
because they've accomplished about
they literally
the same
have
amount.
criteria. And I think he's checked off most, if not all, those boxes.
He's never won on tour, Zane.
Who, Rory?
Oh, you're talking about Rory. I thought you were talking about Matthew Fitzpatrick.
What are you talking about?
I thought you were talking about Matthew Fitzpatrick.
He's not Irish.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, sorry.
Oh my God, Zach. Keep with the program.
Okay, we're talking about Rory.
Out of it.
Okay, sorry. I forgot about our
Alan Shipnick said a player from the Irish island is always going to be popular. I'm going to keep repeating him. Going to be popular in Boston, especially a future Hall of Famer. But the love for Rory out here runs deeper than that. He has become golf's conscience.
Oh God. This is what I was talking about. I hate this. I hate this.
I'm not done. The wee lad is now the most towering figure in the game.
No, he's not.
He's literally not.
He's literally on the decline.
He is. Well, I don't know about decline.
No, he's on the decline.
Of his career?
Yes. Zane.
We don't know.
Zane.
Because careers do this. Look, come on, Zach. Careers do this. We saw it with Tiger. Careers do this. We saw it with Phil. Careers do this. Careers do that all the time.
Okay.
He played well in the U.S. Open. Give him a little credit. Like, you don't have to... Just because he's being an idiot doesn't mean you get to be an idiot on the other side.
I'm not being an idiot. I think he's on the decline of his career. He's still good. Great, even.
He's playing pretty damn well to be on the decline. Pretty damn well, especially compared to a year ago.
He was about the same a year ago.
No, he
yes, he
wasn't,
was.
So anyway, but the thing that doesn't make sense to me is now the most towering figure in the game. JT is significantly more loved, significantly more watched.
No, not by the GME.
Not by the GME.
The GME is all Rory
because
stands.
JT's not saying what they want him to say. Rory is. Rory's saying, these guys are idiots. LIV Golf is not going to be around long. These guys are stupid. These guys are selling out. JT's not saying that.
Yeah.
John Rahm's not saying that. The only reason that...
Scotty Scheffler.
Scotty Scheffler's not
Who
saying
has
that.
5 wins in a major on tour this year?
Yeah, most towering figure in the game.
It's
My butt.
If Scotty Scheffler's in the field, he's the one that everyone's worried about because he could just go off.
Yeah. You know what name I was hearing a lot this spring?
What?
It wasn't Rory McIlroy. That's my point.
No, you're hearing his name a lot because every week, without fail, every single week, someone in golf media is picking him to win. Or half the people are picking him to win each event.
Yeah.
How many times he won on tour this year?
Yep.
Twice. RBC Canadian.
Oh, yeah.
Because he won out in Vegas.
But that wasn't this year, was it?
Yeah, it was spring.
Oh, that
it
was
fall.
January?
Yeah, it was winter, yeah.
That might have been January.
Yeah.
Lou Brown, he tweeted out, and again, these are just normal people, but who cares? I'm not. They make good points. I'm gonna make them.
Yeah.
Because I'm with the people, yo.
He's with the people.
I'm with the people. One of the big reasons the Masters left the U.S. Open in the dust is because they make it feel important.
Fair.
Chasing the Open coverage around feels like a last-minute trip between 3 connections on AirTran.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm making 3 connected flights. You know, it feels like a hassle. Feels like it's a hustle.
No,
Definitely a hustle.
It feels like this. It feels like you have to drive to 3 separate restaurants or 4 separate restaurants for a 4-course meal. Oh, you want your appetizer? Here's your appetizer. Oh, your salad? Oh, yeah, it's
3 miles down the road.
3 miles down the road. Okay, you go. It's like whatever. Fine. I'll finish the meal with my salad, obviously.
To be fair, this is a problem with the PGA Tour. However, the PGA Tour doesn't run or sell U.S. Open coverage. That's the USGA's fault. However, but this is the same thing the PGA does week in, week out.
Who do you think set the U.S. Open up with Peacock coverage?
Fair.
Do you think the USGA did that themselves, or do you think it was the people who already are on Peacock coverage?
I think it was probably already the people on Peacock coverage. Yeah, I think you're probably right, man. I think you're probably right. I just blows my... The sad part is people are intentionally blind to facts. Yeah. They're intentionally blind to facts. Brandon Chambly knows the facts. He just is intentionally ignorant of the facts.
I wonder if he said anything about...
I guarantee you people talk to him and tell him the things that we're saying.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
He just doesn't want to... He just doesn't want to hear it.
Oh, I think I have to go to this account to find Brandel. Because he's blocked me on everything else. Oh, there he is.
We also have another guy defecting to the LIV Golf. And this is just, again, just... This kid... I shouldn't say kid. He's my age. Is going to be... Is world class. Is a world class golfer. You ready? You ready to hear the other than Brooks Koepka? Zach, listen.
I'm listening.
You don't look like you're listening.
I'm listening.
Abraham Ancer.
I did hear about this. That's huge.
That's big. So you got Brooks, which already has a huge following.
Yeah.
Brooks has a huge following. If you don't think so, you're an idiot.
Bryson
has
also
a huge following. You might be an idiot if you think otherwise.
Yeah.
Now, there's people that don't like him, but again, that ire also turns eyes that way.
Yeah.
So not only love, ire turns eyes.
Yeah.
Everybody likes a
the rivalry.
It's the reason the WWE is a thing. It's the reason
why Barstool got paid so well for the match thing with Bryson and Brooks.
Yeah, and it's because that makes money.
Yeah.
Makes significantly more money than Tom Brady and crap heads. Not saying they can't play golf. I'm just saying they can't play good golf.
They can't play good. They can't play golf well.
No, yeah. Me and Zach would have been better out there.
It should have been me and you.
Did you see some of the chips? And I love Charles Barkley because Charles Barkley was just blatantly honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like they would hit a chip, and it'd end up like 7-8 feet, and they go, "Well, that was a pretty decent shot." He goes, "Decent shot," because he's coming from just off the green. He's like, "He's 7 feet away. That ain't no gimme." Like it's just so funny. Anyway, so Abraham Ancer, I'm really happy about that. Because the more people that join LIV Golf, the PGA Tour is going to have to rejigger their stance in order to be like, okay, wait a second, we're going to lose all our guys to these guys. Mm-hmm. We might as well just let them go play and work with them. Let them go play in it.
Are you seriously going to consider not having Brooks, Bryson, Abraham Ancer, Phil Mickelson, Bubba Watson, all Dustin Johnson? All those guys, you're seriously going to consider just banning them for life?
Yeah. If they had gone... This is the craziest part to me. If the Saudis had just gone under the radar, because what they did is they said, we want to just do our own tour. Mm-hmm. They don't want to sponsor a tournament. They don't want to, sponsor a tournament series on tour. They just want to make their own tour. If they had just gone underneath the radar and, sponsored 4-5 events and just called them, like...
Yeah.
A 5-part series on tour.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really believe for a second that
the
anybody
PGA
would...
Tour wouldn't have taken their money and...
Yeah, exactly. Do you think that the GME, do you think that they'd be outraged?
Oh, no.
Hell no.
They wouldn't even talk about it.
They'd see the purse and they'd go, now this is what golfers deserve.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So... Speaking of the GME, and you brought up Brandel Chambly, so I had to check his Twitter because it's a gold mine. So this Rick Olson character at 2putts only on Twitter. Give him a follow if you can.
Yeah.
He tweeted at Brandel Chambly in response to Brandel Chambly tweeting something negative about LIV Golf. He's tweeted at Brandel Chambly, now criticize the PGA Tour for supporting PGA China Tour. And Brandel Chambly's response. Peak Brandel.
It's perfect, isn't it?
Please. Quote, please. The PGA Tour in China is trying to grow the game and doing business in China. The Saudi-backed tour is trying to hide their murders, and those that defect to LIV are doing business for a murderer. Siri. Hey
Siri, what's a Uyghur?
Define concentration camp.
Yeah. Hey Siri.
Oh
hey,
my
Siri.
gosh.
What's slavery? Hey Siri. I hope my phone's not like going, because it's the thing filming us right now. I hope it's not going off.
But that is just so peak Brandel.
Oh my God, is that daft? It's the daftest thing I have ever heard.
Man.
Please. Please. I can see him saying it. That's the craziest part. I can see him saying it on air.
Yeah, please.
Please.
The PGA Tour in China is trying to grow the game and
now here's the
doing
thing.
Business in
here's
China.
the thing. Here's the thing. I had a boss who actually coached the Chinese national team. Mm-hmm. Gary Gilchrist.
Yeah.
I have no problem with growing the game of golf in China.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't.
Me neither.
I think golf is actually good for China because it's one of those sports where it doesn't put the children underneath amazing pressure, both physically and mentally. Also, because if you put the child under mental pressure, under crushing mental pressure, they'll fail at golf.
Yeah.
It's not one of those...
Also, it's an individual sport where an emphasis is put on hard work. And if you don't work hard, you're never going to get anywhere in golf. Mm-hmm. Okay? in an individual setting.
But that's with any of those sports. I'm not worried about that.
Well, team sports are different than individual sports.
Gymnastics
is a team sport.
You're not understanding me, Zach.
Okay.
You're not understanding me. Those sports, the Chinese brutalize their athletes.
Not only that, they
brutalize their athletes.
There are rumors that they breed their athletes as well.
I think it's heavily documented at this point that they do.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a rumor anymore.
Well, you know.
They breed their athletes. Come on.
I don't know that for sure, so I'm not going to make...
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
I don't know that for sure.
So, anyway, but here's the thing with golf. You can't really breed a golfer. I mean, you can, but it comes down to their mental acuity. It comes down to their mental toughness. And if you put them under amazing mental pressure, they will break in golf.
Yeah.
It's not one of those things that... I don't know. It's not one of those things that you can just... do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I gotta say.
All right, let's get into DraftKings.
Let's do it. Let's get into DraftKings. I'm done talking Brandel.
I've had a bad couple of weeks.
Zach has had a bad couple weeks.
But I'm here.
Keep talking, by the way.
But I'm here to say that I'm about to screw your day up in a major way.
Like, are you?
Yes.
All right, Zach, wipe your teeth off. Dry them up real quick. Don't worry, it's non-toxic.
Is that just a crayon?
Yep.
See, that's not gonna work.
Oh, we're about to find out. You ready?
Give this to me. It's not gonna work.
It's gonna work.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Zane.
it is. It's wax, dude.
Yes, it's wax. It's not gonna work.
It's wax.
No, it doesn't.
Alright, we're gonna do another one where it's the front teeth.
No.
Yes, we are.
No, this is the punishment. This is the punishment.
Well, they can't see that.
You see my black tooth?
No, that's not it, bro.
It's even on camera side.
No, it's not it, bro. That's
because you came up with a dumb punishment that can't be executed.
No.
It's not my fault.
I need to go. I'll get some tooth black next time. I'll get some tooth black next time.
Black crayons and expected that to work.
Oh,
you know what? For that, Zane.
What?
You deserve a punishment.
Do I deserve a punishment for that?
For that, yes.
I don't think so. Because I'm Zane. All right, so we got the Travelers up this week. Kind of excited for this one. This has a lot of great names in it. A lot of great players. So let's get into this real quick. All right. So first things first, Zach, why don't you go ahead and give off your team? Go ahead through them.
So I'm going back to the drawing board. I'm starting from scratch. I'm going back to my roots, and I'm going to be more careful about making sure that my guys actually play. All right, so we're starting it off hot. We got Lanto Griffin. You know, he's a tried and true tested member of my team. Next up, we got CT Pan and Sahith Theegala, both at $7,300. CT Pan's pretty consistent, so is Sahith Theegala. Very cheap for both of those guys. I figure, you know, can't go wrong. Next, I got Denny McCarthy. Again, he's one of the stable boys. He does his job, and he does it well. Putts insane. Next up, I got Tommy Fleetwood, who did not play well at the US Open, but has played pretty well all year long. And then finally, I spent some money to get the big man himself, JT. Did not have a great final round at the US Open, but coming into the Travelers, I feel like he's playing as good as anybody.
Nice. It's awesome. All right, and let's go with me. So first things first, I'm going to pick Tommy Fleetwood. Only 14 out of 16 cuts.
Fleetwood.
Sorry, 14 out of 16 cuts made this season. Super excited about him. I think he's a good pick. And he's just one of those guys that's, I think a lot of people sleep on week in, week out. I don't think a lot of people,
agree.
I don't think a lot of people pick him as probably as many people should pick him.
He's pretty consistent.
Pretty consistent.
Consistent top 20 guy most of the time.
Yeah, I agree. Then we're going to go with Matthew Wolff. Matthew Wolff is very low on the salary.
It's not surprising.
It's not surprising.
Struggled this year.
I know it's not surprising, but it's one of those things where you gotta guess right whenever he makes that comeback. And after 3 cuts, you gotta think he's gotta come back here soon, because he is a great player. I think this might be a week he makes a comeback. We'll see. He's very cheap for as good of a player as he is.
Okay.
That's all I've got to say about that.
How much was he?
Is he only 68?
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
So he's a get.
You remember when he was $10,000 earlier this year?
I do. It was stupid to spend money on them whenever. Yeah. So my next guy is going to be Beau Hossler. Beau Hossler.
Played well.
Yeah, he's been playing well. He was added to the
But maybe that's the reason why you wouldn't pick him.
Maybe he was added to the Travelers Championship really late. In fact, today. So he got updated. He got in. He's got 2 top 10s this season, 11 for 18 cuts made. Not great on the cuts made ratio, but again, I think this is going to be one where he really puts a statement. Let's see his last 3. So last 3 events: T21, T32, T53 at the U.S. Open. U.S. Open's playing hard this week. So good for him, and we'll see how well he does. Next one I'm going to pick is Scott Stallings. Scott Stallings has been playing very well. He's got 3 top 10s. He's only 69. He's only 6,900. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to pick Scott. And then I've got, because after that I have 10,000 to deal with left for each player. I'm picking Xander Schauffele. Again, a great player.
Yeah.
Only 10 grand. And then Jordan Spieth right behind him. So I've got some great players this week. Really looking forward to seeing what they can do. Pretty crazy to see that Brooks Koepka is still playing this event, even though he's, signed for the LIV Golf Tour. I'm amazed.
Rumored. It hasn't been officially announced, actually. It hasn't been officially announced, but everyone's already saying.
Well, it's official. I think he already signed the papers. But again, if he signed the papers, he still hasn't played in the event.
Yeah.
So they can't really do much.
Yeah.
But anyway. All right, and I actually ended up with 300 remaining salary.
I ended up with 0.
Oh, did you? So you used all of it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. All right, so that's our teams. And if you would like to join us, the description, the link is in the description below. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Comment with who you think is going to win the Travelers.
Also, real quick, before we end this podcast, I want to say today was a dark day.
Yeah.
It was the first day in like 6 or 7 months that I've had to add money to my DraftKings, and it was hard.
It was hard to do. So, also, one last comment. Leave a comment down below roasting Brandel Chambly. And the best roast, we're gonna send them.
We're gonna shout you out on the podcast.
We're gonna shout you out on the podcast. We're gonna pin you.
And I'm gonna tweet it.
And we're gonna tweet it.
I'm gonna tweet it from all of my accounts.
All of our accounts. We're just gonna tweet the best roast that you can come up with.
And I'll even tag your name on it.
All right. So thanks so much, guys. Zach, do you have anything left for the audience?
Pray for me. I want the drought to end this week, and I hope to end up on top. I'm sick of losing. I have not been in a drought this bad basically since I got food poisoning and then was dehydrated and could feel my bones moving independently. So,
Zane DraftKings to the moon!
Well, you still didn't win any. Wait, did you win money last time?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, wow. That's like the first time.